So what I'm doing is I'm trying to play around with going live on Pecan Grove in the canning kitchen at the old house. Right quick, I've got to see if I have anything on my computer that shows that I'm live. See if any people show up, because I don't usually go live on Pecan Grove. It doesn't show. So, all right, I do have people popping in. I don't know how to find it on my computer though, y'all, and it's hard to see a little bitty print, and it's going to be hard for me to do that with the phone. I see a few people: Wanda, Debbie, Helen, Kathy. Okay, Tater Tot, Amy. I do see people popping in, and I'm playing around with my phone and a live to see how well it works in the canning kitchen. Right now I have I think I have 5 quarts of yellow wax beans in the canner. I was going to fix it where I could show y'all the whole process, and y'all, it didn't work. And so I'm not sure why, and I'm looking at my computer and it's not showing that I have content. Let me see if I can refresh, because I could look at the live. I know how I can do it, y'all. Hold on. Y'all may hear noise in the background if I don't. Yep, here's my live. Okay, I've got to see if I can make my sound go away on this and find a live, because I need the computer to see comments. Y'all are yeah, it's hot. I see somebody said it's hot. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm shutting that down, because I don't need that. I need this to be big enough that I can read y'all's comments. Pop out the chat. Okay, I'm fixing to have y'all fixed, and I'm gonna move the computer where I can see it. I thought I would anyways. Let's see how. I am not good at this sometimes, and I gotta restore the chat, put it back again. Okay, I see people from all over. Yeah. Where is my chat? So it's a Sunday afternoon, and I'm just playing around and trying to make it where, there we go. That's a little bigger. Okay. What I'm going to do is try to set the computer where I am looking at y'all, but I can see behind it. Y'all going to get a little dizzy till I fix this where it's working. Okay. Now I could see on here, but it's really hard for me to read that. Hold on. Forgot coffee. Not going to happen. Y'all know this is a Wanda thing. Y'all, I brought my frappe with me, and I put it in the freezer so it's good and cold. A lot of ice. And I'm going to fill my cup. This is coffee from Silver Run Coffee Crafters, and this one was a special blend for Old South feed store. I mixed up coffee. I made the coffee, and then I mixed up my frappe and put it in the freezer so it'd stay cold. So let's see what y'all are saying. It's hot in Tennessee. Hello from Newfoundland. I'm not sure of our heat index, but the sun literally hurts your skin. It was over 100 already here at 7 o'clock this morning. I think it was already into the 80s, high 80s at 7 o'clock this morning. I mean, what's in the frappe? Old South feed store has a blend of coffee that Silver Run Coffee Crafters makes. So it's a Old South blend coffee. Then I put vanilla ice cream. I bought some of the really vanilla bean that doesn't have all the ingredients in it, ice cream. I put a scoop of that in there, and I put a scoop of Southern pecan. Well, not a scoop, let me think of the word, a couple of spoonfuls of Southern pecan coffee creamer. That's it. That's all that's in it. And I put it in my Ninja and give it a, and it blends it up, and I put ice in it. We were hoping to get some rain today, but so far nothing. The skies got cloudy. Danny said at times it looked like it was going to rain, and it just hasn't. Tracy's in JS, Mississippi, and it's hot. Yeah. It's just been hot all day today. It was, Danny, I think he said it was 70 something at 2 o'clock this morning. 76, I think, at 2 o'clock this morning when he got up. He said it was still hot. Beverly got some rain. Putting sweet potato rounds in the dehydrator today to free up some space. Yeah, I've got to free up some more space too. That's what we were doing when we did all the kitchen stuff during the rain the last time. That was about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. And so it was kind of hard to do too much. We've been getting a lot of squash, and so I've been putting the squash in the freezer. I've done it in jars. I'm just not crazy about the jars. So I was out hunting groundhogs. Oh my goodness. Well, we got a video coming up tomorrow that Danny was hunting today too. Just saying. And he was successful a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know if it was raining where y'all were at, and y'all were inside, you know, whatever everybody was doing, but it's not raining here. But I was inside. I had to come to the Cannon Kitchen, and we have the Pearlcom internet here, which is supposed to be better. That's what we live stream on. But I have issues with our live stream on lighting and echoes. And it probably echoes in here. I don't know, because we don't have a lot of stuff in here. I mean, not like cushiony stuff in the house. And this is an old house. It was built in the 1950s, the original part. And then it was added on to in the 60s, I believe. And then it was added on to in the 90s, 80s or 90s, somewhere along in there. And then after Katrina, it was redone again. So this house was built in the 50s. So y'all think it sounds pretty good. And I didn't know whether my phone would do better than the little webcam we've been using. And sometimes I think it's the webcams going through the computer that distorts our video. So y'all wouldn't believe it, but we have all this junk that I never use because, you know, like any good YouTuber, they'll say, buy this, buy that, and use this and use that. I usually don't. But I have selfie sticks because all the good YouTubers walk around with their selfie sticks, you know. Well, I'm not a good YouTuber. I'm sorry. I cannot handle a selfie stick. No way, no how. So I trashed the selfie sticks. This little stand that my phone is on, I've had it probably a year, year and a half. And I think I've used it twice. Just saying. And I've had the awfulest time making it do what I wanted it to do. And I've tried it in every place in the kitchen to see what the lighting was going to look like. And we may get up and move around a few minutes because my pot will tell me in a little bit that I've got to put the regulator on. And I'll move you around and see what happens when I move the phone. But I am not one that moves around with the phone, except when I'm filming Danny. Now I'm doing this and following him, I can see what I'm doing. But when I'm holding this out and doing stuff, it doesn't work for me. Danny's sweet potato recipe, I have a video probably on Deep South and one on Crazy Days, but I take 2 quarts of canned sweet potatoes. I drain the juice off of them. I put them in a big bowl. You add 3 to 4 eggs, your preference, whichever one you want. It's not going to change it that much, but I put 4 eggs usually in it. I put a touch of salt and baking powder, just like a sprinkle of salt, not a lot. The baking powder, about a teaspoon of powder. I'm trying to think. You can put about a quarter to a half a cup of milk, according to how soupy you want it, I guess would be the right word, but I wouldn't put over half a cup of milk in there. Usually the sweet potatoes in jars, if you're doing them fresh, yes, you might need half a cup. But if the ones in jars tend to be mushy and they already absorbed so much moisture that you don't need that extra moisture, about a teaspoon of vanilla, quarter to half a cup of sugar, or you can put honey, you can put maple syrup, you can put cane syrup, whatever you prefer. Lots of times I don't put anything in Danny's when I'm using the jarred sweet potatoes because they already have sugar in them. They're cooked in the canner in sweet, a sweet juice. So Danny doesn't like his sweet potatoes extremely juicy or sweet. So I do that. I'm just playing around with my phone and seeing how to do Saffron Bay with a live stream. I'm just playing basically. Probably the live stream will get deleted after I get through. Just saying. But I'm just playing around with it. Let me see, back to the sweet potato thing. If you want pecans in it, you can put pecans in there. I'd say half a cup to a cup, according to how many pecans you want in it. You can put coconut in it. I don't usually do that with Danny's, but you can. I'd spice it up every now and then, but not always. Let's see what else is in there. I think that's about it. And you just bake I put it on 375 and go 30 to 40 minutes. 45 if it doesn't look like it's done, if it's still not jiggling. It's a sweet potato, maybe a pie without a crust. I don't know. I don't put any flour in Danny's, no. If you wanted flour, it's going to make it more like a pie. This one is more like a pudding type. I mean, it's not thick like people make their pies, I guess is what I'm saying. So, do you think you have enough pecans for the sweet? Oh yeah, I got plenty of pecans for sweet potato dessert. I could probably feed all of half of America with sweet potato dessert with pecans in it. Oh, turn the phone around. Regarding video, turn the phone camera around to video you. You are not to see you. Use your computer to dial in so you can see on your phone. I'm still not sure. I mean, are y'all seeing me? I'm hoping y'all are. Y'all aren't seeing the kitchen, are you? I mean, I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Joanna. Turn the phone camera around to video you. Oh, you're talking about when I'm videoing at any other time? Okay, so you were messing with my mind. Yeah, I mean, I can turn around and video me at any time, but it's just annoying when I'm videoing Danny. I'd rather video him. I don't like being in the, I mean, I'll talk to him. We talk back and forth, but it's very difficult for me. I see things he don't see. And when he takes the camera, he's not a good camera person. Y'all didn't hear that from me, but he is not a good camera person, just saying. When he takes the camera, it's all over the place. He's tried walking with a selfie stick and it just don't do it. I'm talking, he is a character. It is not even, it's just funny. Yeah. So with the phone, yeah, I make fun of, y'all know if he edited more, I would be the butt of his jokes. But lately this week, he was the butt of my jokes. Y'all, I couldn't help it. If I'd been out there filming, Tim said he was rolling on the floor laughing. Danny could have been hurt, but he had his hand on the steering wheel. So when the seat broke, he fell backwards, but he had his hand on the steering wheel. Tim said it was so funny to watch Danny do a flip-flop and get off that tractor without getting hurt. And so I said, well, I missed it. Well, then when he was riding around doing his cleaning, like he was pressure washing, when he got back on it, all I could see is that butt sitting down on that spring, and I cracked up. I said, okay, I've got to make fun of this. And so I did. And I tend to make fun of Danny quite often, and he loves it. He never knows because he doesn't go see some of the things I put up. I don't even know if he knows I put that short up yet. I mean, better taste buds, laugh out loud, priceless. Yes. Okay. I'm just, the video was funny. I thought it was funny. I'll catch him doing some stupid stuff. Now, the video coming tomorrow, he was hunting. So y'all gonna get to see him hunt. You're not gonna get to see him kill, but after the fact. And I think one of them, I wasn't even showing him when he was shooting, but you can hear the shots. I was watching the animal, and because the animal was running, he was shooting at it, and the animal was jumping and going on, and it was so funny. I'm going to kill the sound probably and put music so you won't know he's shooting, except that I just told you. All you're going to see is an animal running. It was so funny. I've never seen them up close and personal. Usually I've seen them at a distance. So, and I thought people would enjoy this animal because most people do not. All right. We appreciate you and Danny. Thank you. So what else have we got going on? I mean, since we did a live yesterday, I don't have a whole lot to talk about. These coffee cups, yeah, they came from Walmart. These are warm mainstay specials. Tambra killed the first scorpion in the house earlier, but I'm gonna have to read it down here. Where did it go? But I think I may have brought him in with one of those boxes from the carport. Yeah, hey Luke. It's easy to bring stuff in. Have you made corn cob jelly or syrup? No, I've never made it. I was looking at the syrup recipe earlier. We're through with sweet corn, so I can't do that anyways. But our sweet corn's over with. We finished it up last week, and y'all hear my canner. I got 5 minutes. Love watching you make fun of Danny. Oh yeah, he's a good sport. He usually is throwing it back at me. Somebody said something about porch time. Has Danny ever thought about doing a porch time live? I don't know that he had. Well, yeah, he has done that, but he did not do the chat with it. We did not do porch time a couple of times over the last 8 or 9 years that we've been doing this. He would forget, and Monday night we would be so busy, and he's like, I have not done porch time. You don't have it ready to go. And he's gotten up and done a porch time, I believe, first thing in the morning, or I may be wrong. He may never have done porch time live. It might have just been that he did a video. He just did a special live video at breakfast for people. I can't remember. Scorpions is something I don't think we have down here, but we have all kinds of other creatures. All right, Jamie. Yeah, I didn't know if people would be backing in and out. Danny and I have always just yanked back and forth since we met. He's got that comeback that just makes you laugh. And I'm always ragging him about something. I'm not sure. I remember catching one of those. He did. Yeah, he did it in the morning. I think it might have been a video or just a live. I can't remember him doing porch time. The cub, he may be working on it right now. I left him, he was moving some trees. Y'all, every time I turn around, he's getting rid of shrubs and stuff that are just, you know, junk stuff. So I left him doing that. He was mowing earlier. I picked beans early this morning, did a little bit of a video showing some of that, showed him at the garden. I didn't get him in the garden doing stuff. It was after the fact because we rode around, showed some things on the property. So that'll be the video tomorrow. But right now he was taking some trees and stuff out. We have something coming this week to put wood in. And when we get that, we're going to be doing our, getting our wood for the winter in a building. We've been just holding off, and he was going to build one and just don't have time. We're spending as much time at Deep South as we can to get it ready. And if we pushed and didn't have a lot of rain, we could be through in about a month. So we're shooting for September if we can. Do you make blueberry jelly? I have made a lot of blueberry jelly, blueberry jam, blueberry with honey, blueberry, what else did I do? Blueberry juice. I've learned I just put my blueberries in the freezer, take them out, and do whatever I want. If I make jelly, I end up giving it away. We don't eat jelly for the most part. We don't eat toast. We don't eat a lot of biscuits. Now, I'll make a biscuit occasionally because I have figured out how to make my little powdered biscuits, everything powdered biscuits. The blueberry pie filling, I just make it up as I need it. I take my frozen berries out and make it. I don't put things in jars like blueberries because I won't use them. I gave away, when we were moving, I probably had, okay, we're going to try this. Y'all going to walk with me. When we were moving, I gave away probably 100, 150. Okay, oops. I dropped it. I got to put the regulator on. It ain't going to take it if I don't. Okay, maybe. So, when we were moving, I gave away a lot of blueberry jellies and jams because some of them were I'm talking several years old. And like 3, 4, and 5 years old, and I hadn't used them. And so, if we want something, I get the berries out of the freezer. How many cords of wood for the winter? I don't know, because I don't know cords. I would say maybe 1 to 2. It doesn't take us a lot. The house doesn't take a lot of heat. Yeah, it went off. Now we're canning. It doesn't take us but just a few pieces of wood a night to keep it warm. Here in South Mississippi, we don't get that cold. Now, if it gets down 20s and below, it takes more wood. But on an average, our temps aren't that cold. Do you have a video on the biscuits you are talking about? Yes, I do. Is it called powdered biscuits or all dry? It's all dry ingredients. I can't remember. But I found the recipe. Rose Red made hers, only she didn't use all dry ingredients. She went ahead and cut her butter into the dry ingredients, and then she made her biscuits and put them in the freezer and took them out. Or she put the mix in the freezer and took it out when she wanted it. I took it a step further and used powdered butter, and then she used milk she just put her mix in the freezer, and then she would take it out and add buttermilk. So I took it a step further. I used powdered butter, powdered buttermilk, flour, salt, baking powder. I think that's it. I can't remember. Powdered everything, I think, is in the title. I do believe that's it. And I'm not sure. I don't have any moderators because I didn't tell my moderators I was going to be on. So I have no moderators, nobody to pop and find videos and shoot them to you guys and stuff like that. They're not expecting me to be on. And Miss Lippy's having a 60th birthday party. not necessarily a party. Her kid, her daughter, her grandkids, a couple of friends are all coming over tonight. So Miss Lippy is ready to just celebrate being 60. She said she was sitting around with coffee yesterday doing basically nothing. I told her not to get used to it because Monday comes right around and her birthday weekend is over. So she said she was vacuuming today. I knew she couldn't help it. It's Powdered Everything Biscuits. So the one that's looking for it, Powdered Everything Biscuits here on Deep South Homestead at Pecan Grove. That's it. Let's see. All right, let's see. I can only think of 1 or 2 times I've ever left jars in the canner for any length of time. I take my jars out as soon as it's through. It doesn't hurt. I mean, it's not going to hurt to leave them in there, but I just go ahead and take them out. I mean, if you get busy in 30 minutes or an hour later, then take them out, it isn't going to hurt anything. Happy birthday, Beverly. Prep for eternity. Okay, now maybe they put up the link for the biscuits. Is that what it is? It doesn't say it, so I'm not sure. Whatchamacallit, Powdered Everything biscuits are absolutely delicious. Just add a pat of butter to the top before baking. That's all I did. I don't use the butter. I use the powdered butter in the recipe, the powdered buttermilk and everything, and then you just add water. That's all you do. Danny's not here right now, but he might be. When he was busy on a tractor. Yeah, you wouldn't want to leave your canner overnight, I don't think. But 30 minutes to an hour, if you kind of get busy and you can't get to it as soon as your canner's through, you turn. I mean, if you've got it on the stove, turn it off when it needs turning off. Let it cool down some, and then take things out. My electric canner has come in really, really handy. It's over there doing its thing, and I don't have to touch it now until it tells me it's cool, and I can take my jars out. Yeah, I've lost, if your peas and beans are tasting sour, it is hard to do. Speckled butter beans do better, but the green limas tend to sour on you faster than anything else. And I don't know what it is about the green limas that make them sour when you put them in jars. But many years ago, when my kids were small, I picked, like, I don't know, it was before 2000, because everybody in 1999 was worried about, Y2K. So I had gotten into canning, and I was canning a lot. And I picked a bunch of these green limas, the little bitty baby ones. We loved them. And I canned probably a dozen jars. And I think out of a dozen jars, 5 or 6 of them come unsealed. They soured and come unsealed. I was furious, y'all. Y'all don't know how furious I was. Because after you first pick those little boogers, then sit and shell them little boogers. Well, my father-in-law had a bean sheller, so I didn't have to shell them. But anyway, time you do all that, it is disheartening. So I don't know what you would do. Miss Lippy just did some the baby limas, I think, in a jar. You might see if she had any tips in that video on it. But there are some things that I just don't can. Corn is one of them. I don't like canned corn. It has a metallic taste, and I don't like that. I've tried it many years ago. I tried field corn, I tried sweet corn, and I did not like it. So I will always put my corn in the freezer or eat it fresh. Like I said, the baby limas, the little green baby limas, I don't usually put those in jars. I will put them in the freezer. We have not sold Deep South. We still got some work to do, about a month. So what else do I not put in jars? Squash. I have put squash in jars, but it tends to go so mushy. I mean, it's almost like you've got a squash soup. I just didn't like it that mushy. I think if I did squash in jars. Okay, it's canning. I've got 25 minutes till it's through. So I don't do the canned squash. Then what else would I not? Most things I will put in a jar. I mean, it's just hard to say. I used to would not can any kind of meats at all. I was scared to death of canned meats. But once I got used to canned meat and how to use it and the taste of it, it's a quick fix. When I want to make something, when I want to make something quick, I've already got the meat, I've got broth or whatever, and it makes it very easy. So once I figured out that I could have chicken broth and I could have chicken that I could make chicken salad with or add to a casserole, and I didn't have to go through the whole process of cooking a chicken and all that kind of stuff. Meats were fine and dandy. I tell people all the time when they say they gonna go get fast food, I'm like, okay, when you get ready to leave, I'm gonna start cooking, and when you get your fast food and get back, let's see who has the best tasting food and which one is fast food. And so time someone leaves my house, drives into town, which is 10 minutes away, picks up their fast food and comes back, usually I can have something made from scratch using my canned goods, possibly already be ate and waiting on them to get back. I mean, so fast food is not always fast. I'm trying to see. Billy's bone sauce is not cheap, but it lasts for years. Yes, we still have some. We put it out every now and then in certain spots. It works pretty good, but I overdid it and almost killed some of Danny's trees. Carrots. Somebody says they hot pack carrots so they don't have a metallic taste. Yes, I don't like carrots when they have a really weird taste. Trying to see. Do you can regular potatoes? I have not found the taste of the ones I didn't like the taste. Potatoes is a hard one. If you're going to do fresh potatoes out of the ground, if you do them within the first week, I would say you can leave the skins on. But after 2 weeks, at least, I would not leave the skins on my potatoes and put them in jars. The skins tend to get hard and fall apart, and then when you take your potatoes out, you've got to pull all the skins out of there. You might as well peel them. I don't know why people don't want to peel potatoes. Potatoes in jars do have a different taste. They really do. Danny and I found if you don't want mashed potatoes, you cut your potatoes any length you want, whatever size, put them in boiling water, I think 2 to 3 minutes, and then take them out and put them in jars. That 2 to 3 minutes in boiling water helps with that, taking that starchy stuff out somewhat, because if you raw pack potatoes in your jar, you don't get as many in there first off, and all the starch comes out in your jars. But if you blanch them somewhat, not cook them till they're done, but I think it's 3 minutes. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look at my own videos. So, but yeah, the taste is different in canned potatoes. I'm just going to say it is. Do you still plan on building, or do you like living in the cabin? We are living in the camp. We call it a camp. That is going to be our place to live, is the camp, because it is turning into a very nice place. We built it initially for storage and things like that, decided to turn it into a place to live, and we're about 60% finished, maybe 70%, I'm not sure, maybe 70% finished with it. We've still got flooring to put down, still got trim, building doors and cabinets on bathroom things. What else? The kitchen still needs finishing around the top. all the trim throughout the house except for the living room has been done. Shelves have got to be built in the pantry. I can't remember, but yeah, we're going to stay there. That's going to be our permanent home until we have to leave for whatever reason because we're old. Just saying. Y'all like my shirt? My Madam Gardener shirt? I don't know if many of y'all saw the shirt, but let me see if I can move this just a little bit. I did this, and I was being kind of stupid anyways when I told Carrie I wanted a shirt that said Madam Gardener. We have had so many people say something about, are y'all master gardeners and y'all grow such awesome stuff, but are you a master gardener? And I'm like, no. Danny got asked that in town one day. The people, he was talking to some of these people in the office where the master gardeners, the USDA whatever office, and they were asking him questions. He was telling them da-da-da-da-da on all this. And the lady says, look, you need to come talk to our people and stuff, say, and explain how to do gardening. Said, you understand vegetables and stuff. And he said, sure, anytime. And she says, so where did you get your master gardener's certificate from? And he goes, a what? And he says, I don't have a certificate. I just grow. And she goes, oh. Never asked him to come back because he didn't have a certificate, you know. And so from then on, every time we talk to somebody and they go, oh, do you have a master gardener certificate? And we're like, no. Oh, they don't want to talk to you after that. So over the years, it's not that I don't like master gardeners. They just have a snob usually. Not everybody. We know some that are good people, but a lot of them around are snobs. All they know is flowers and how to do flowers. They're not real good vegetable gardeners. So that's hence the shirt, Madam Gardener, and it's all vegetables and herbs. That's why I did it. I figured most of us ladies is a really good Madam Gardener. You know, we grow our vegetables, we grow our herbs, and we know what we're doing. And I don't need a certificate for that. And we change with the weather, you know. Same way with herbalists. Yes, I took a lot of classes back when I was young. When my middle son, when I was pregnant with him, I started getting into herbs. And I took classes. I took online classes. I took correspondence classes. I got in with an herb company selling herbs. I did the whole 9 yards, right down, getting certificates and everything. And I got a certificate for natural health consultant. And I was working on my herbology certificate. And don't mount to a hill of beans. I'm going to tell y'all, it don't mount to a hill of beans. Jack of all trades, master of none. Yeah, Carrie would be good at that. You ought to check out rcfdesigns.com. Carrie can design anything for you like that. She loves playing around with stuff like that. So, y'all, my cold coffee is getting hot. No, I'm just joking. My ice is melting because I'm not sitting here drinking it. I have a weird sense of humor. Y'all have to just overlook me. Have them ask that stupid question to the Amish. Yep. So, have you seen the new green stalk colors? They are awesome. Blueberry. Yes, I did. The blue one just blew me away. I was going, oh my goodness. Where does Danny get farm all parts from? Steiner's is one of them, but the one he just ordered from starts with an M, I think. Steiner's. He didn't order from Steiner's this time. He ordered out where JT West lives. There's a place out there that he gets his parts from, and he just ordered from them, and I can't remember the name. A paper only means you did what someone told you to do. Doesn't mean you know what you're doing. I became a natural health consultant and was thinking, you know, helping family, friends, people that came along, and you could say, hey, look, and you could start discussing their eating habits and their other habits and all these habits. And when you talk to them, and they don't want to get rid of the habits. They want a pill. They want a pill to fix what's wrong with them, and they want the pill to start time they take it. They don't want to change what's going on in order to make themselves better. And so, you know, that's just one of those things. All right, I've been on here 40 minutes, y'all, just rattling my gums. Danny said I could talk to a brick wall. I guess I'm talking to y'all, which is, oh, I'm watching a thing. Y'all aren't talking back, but y'all are talking back. The online classes are great. You'll learn a lot. I learned a lot. I took herb classes from Dr. Mariah McCain in Arkansas, and I thoroughly enjoyed them. At first, I was a little kind of like, I don't know, because it seemed kind of odd. This was, nearly 40 years ago, and some of her teachings was just kind of a little out there for me then, because it was very much against what I was raised. So I was like, I don't know. But the more I got into her lessons, the more I understood where she was coming from. And she went all over the world and trained with different people, not just doctors. She trained with different healers all over the world, people that did natural healing. And so I learned a lot from her in her online lessons. And I think her son keeps that going now. I'm not 100% sure. I think Herbal Healer is still a thing, and you can buy stuff, but I've not been on there in 20 years or more. I think I checked them out a couple of times just to see what was going on with colloidal silver and stuff like that, but I've not really examined their stuff to see what they have. All right, so I'm trying to read from the computer in here. An old lady that knew herbs healed my mother when doctors and hospitals were about to kill her. Exactly. One of the things that I remember from, I think it was the Back to Eden book. A lot of people associate Back to Eden with gardening. I associate it with herbs because one of my most favorite books of all time was Back to Eden by, what was the guy's name? I don't even remember now. Maybe his name was Klaus. I don't know. Klaus? I don't remember the name. Jethro Klaus or something, maybe like that. I can't remember. But anyway, my ex-husband's aunt loaned me the book. Back in the day, before computers and all this stuff, you had to borrow books. And she had the Back to Eden book. And I was totally enthralled. And I remember a lot of the stories he told in that book. And I have at least one copy, maybe two copies now. But it was really kind of crazy, some of the things that was told. And from there, it just escalated. I started reading every herb book I could find, and not the herb books you see people making now. These were stories from the older people that actually used some of these herbs and how they healed people and things like that. And I know Jethro Klaus, that was it. Yeah, that was it. And it was just amazing, some of the things. Now, one of them that stuck out in my mind that I can think of right now is people with pneumonia. He would take and put them in the dead of winter out into the ocean and then wrap them in warm blankets. The shock from going to cold to hot would break up that congestion and clear their lungs. If you tried to do that now, people would be crazy. You know, they're like, oh no. Most people won't even take a shower when they're congested and stuff. But to get into a cold shower, then hit a hot shower, you know, it's worth a try when you can't breathe. You know, I don't know. It's called a witch doctor, yes. And that was part of what the Salem witch hunts were about. It wasn't about these people were doing the weird stuff that people are doing now. It was about them healing people with herbs and different things, and they were wanting that out of the way. Yeah, so I don't know. I gotta watch what I say. I'll be said something I shouldn't. But anyway, yeah, that's what ice plunges and sweat lodges were all about. You got any home remedies on boils? I just remember there was some kind of something that my aunt put on my cousin, and I don't know what it was. She had a spot on her face that would come up and wouldn't go away. And somebody told her about it. It's not black draw, but it's some kind of drawing salve. It was called a drawing salve. But now what's in it, I have no earthly idea. I think in my lessons there probably was a drawing salve in it. And I still have my lessons, I think, somewhere packed up. I don't know. But there's probably a black salve. Yeah, the black salve was probably the drawing salve. I think that's what it was. Yeah, a black drawing salve. That's it. That's what I remember. And so, you know, there's all kinds of stuff. Sometimes I wonder if I come from a medicine line of medicine women. Now, my grandmother, my dad's mom, she lived across the road from us for a while. And I'm going to tell you what, if you don't get hurt around her, she had part native in her. And when you said you scraped your knee or you come in with your elbows skint, she said, you know where that pine tree is? Get out there and get you some of that tar and put on it. And she would make us go get pine sap and rub on the bobos or on the knees or whatever, and it healed over. No problem, you know. So I do know pine, if you have an open sore, pines will work with it. I don't know why, it just works, just saying. But I'm going to get in trouble. Y'all know that. YouTube's going to say I'm telling people how to do stuff. This is my opinion, and this is what my grandmother did. All right, so I need to get off of here. It's been 47 minutes. Obviously, the sound and everything seems to be okay. Antiseptic, turpentine, yeah. That was the going thing. That was in everybody's cabinet. Let's see. I'm not sure on y'all. Black draught. My granny believed in black draught. If you got sick, she was dousing you with black draught. So that you just keep it to yourself if you didn't want to take black draught. I can tell you that right now. Pine sap not only coats but has antimicrobial properties. Yes. So, you know, that was her go-to for any type of open place. She just had a tree that she took an axe and chopped the bark back on in one spot, down low enough that kids could get to it. And so that's how, and she would say, you know where the tree is, because we knew where the tree was. That was it. Now, y'all, I got to figure this thing out, because when I go to get out of here and turn this off, let me look. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. It's not giving me. Okay, I don't even know how to turn this off. There's an X up here. So when I go hitting this X, it's probably going to go and go away. We'll see. Not sure if I'll leave this up. What do y'all think? Should I leave it up? I don't want YouTube to get weird thinking I'm trying to tell people how to save themselves with pine trees. Y'all, I don't know. Leave it up. I guess I'll call it a sit a spell. Is that what I need to do, is do a sit and spell? A sit a spell chat or something? Do this every now and then when I'm bored and waiting on a pot. I've got another 6 minutes for it before it goes off. Then I've got about 30 more minutes before it cools down. So I guess I need to make y'all a video for tomorrow. I've got all of it shot. I guess that's what I'll do. I guess I will let y'all go. I had fun. Thanks for stopping in and chatting with me a little while, checking out the camera, the sound, things like that. I'm trying to figure out, is it going to benefit us to try and use my phone instead of using a webcam from now on? All this stuff that I buy doesn't seem to work very well, so maybe I'm back to my phone. I've never used the phone for a live with me and Danny, but we'll see. Thank you, Prep for Eternity, for stopping in and being my moderator today, and we'll talk to y'all later. I'm going to see if I go off by hitting this X. If I don't, y'all bear with me, because it is what it is. Bye, guys.